walk through the valley of the shadow of hell, you will realize that there is something ahead. Something that lurks behind the dark veil. A veil that is beyond our own comprehension. Beyond the void.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to
Beyond the Void
Horror Podcast.
That's right, we're back from our vacation. We went to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood, and we'll be talking about that today. Christina's with me.
Hey.
So she's filling in for Brittany because Brittany's actually still in Los Angeles for a show she was doing, but she'll probably tell us all about that when she returns. And then, of course, she's filling in, but Brittany will be back on next week, so definitely tune in if you want to check her out there. But either way, me and Josh sat down and did Pet Sematary 1 and 2 for this Thursday, which we really had a good time doing. So Josh was also with us on our trip, but he wasn't able to fill in for this episode because we're literally recording this the day before it airs. So I'm doing all the editing and everything kind of like right before it airs. So you're getting it the closest it is, but we were exhausted Saturday when we came back. So we were like, fuck this, we're going to record it tomorrow or just not do it at all.
I think we're still a little bit exhausted, so I think our energy is a little low, but I think we had such a good trip. We're really excited to tell you about it.
We did a lot of walking, like 12 miles, guys.
Yeah.
So, fuck. But I think it might be that time.
Oh, yeah.
HORRORSHOTS! Okay, guys, so we are back. We're going to be doing a special horror shot that's probably not very special. It's going to make you sick. But this is Christina's idea, and I can't say that I'm against it. We've done a lot worse.
Yeah, we are actually doing all the stuff we had left over from the road trip.
Right.
So we're going to be calling it the road trip leftover shot. But something we're able to buy were special limited edition HHN 2012 horror shot glasses.
2012?
Oh my God, where am I?
Well, 2017, we got 2 horror shots from the Halloween Horror Nights. They were 2 little, they were actually kind of expensive, but we wanted to get them because we didn't really buy shirts or anything. Actually, Christina got I got
a hoodie.
A hoodie, but I didn't want anything.
I have a Knott's Berry Farm hoodie.
So we're going to be drinking these shots, our road trip leftovers out of these shots, and it's literally what it sounds like. Any of the drinks that we had on the trip other than water, we're pouring into this shot, and we're going to drink it.
I'm scared. I'm scared for my stomach.
Right. So we have a PBR, Gatorade, the berry flavor. It's like the blue one. We also have Newcastle, and we even have some Jack Daniels. So we're going to be drinking that in one shot. So, yeah, let me start to prepare this disgusting mix of why. So we'll pour the Jack in first. And you're going to want to put a fourth of all of these in here. If you're so cool and you actually take this shot, maybe we'll send you out some stickers or something. But you got to make a video of it because...
we won't believe you.
Yeah, we won't believe you. It's not that we're calling you liars, guys. It's just, if you're going to go that far, you might as well make a video, right? And I'm pouring in the Gatorade, the berry flavor. Gonna pop the Newcastle. Fourth of that. Boy, this is gonna taste disgusting. I know it.
Oh.
And then the last little touch is that PBR. Oh, that
Oh my
precious
God.
PBR.
Are you supposed to mix beers together?
The phrasing goes, beer before liquor, never been sicker. Liquor before beer, never fear. But as I like to say, mix them together, feel a lot better.
Oh my gosh. But since you mix the whiskey before the beer, we're in the clear?
Liquor before beer, in the clear, never fear. Beer,
Okay,
never clear,
let's
whatever.
take the fucking shot.
So we'll just say road trip, and then we'll drink this after we cheers it.
Road trip.
Well, we got to cheers
Oh,
first.
cheers.
Road trip! Kick it back. Do not think about it. Oh, my God.
Oh,
Don't throw up on the dog,
that
Christina.
smells disgusting.
Why would you smell it?
Oh, I don't know, because I smell
Drink it
everything.
fast. Do not sip it. I swear to God, you're going to hate yourself.
Done. Gone. Oh, God, it's not bad.
It's
What do
pretty
you
bad.
think?
It made
What do
my...
you think?
It made me...
Made your nipples hard?
Yeah.
He's like rubbing his chest.
Yes. If you're listening now, listen to the mellow sounds of Alex rubbing his nipples.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway, guys, if you want to find out how to make that shot, you can go to our longlivethevoid.com website. Check out our hashtag horror shot section. But that's it for horror shots.
Okay, what's next?
Well, we missed a little bit of news while we were on vacation, so I figured we might want to jump into that. So what do you think, Christina?
I guess it's that time.
It's the fucking news!
Here is the fucking news.
All right, guys, so we're going to jump into our news. We have a few things, nothing like extremely major that we missed, although we weren't really good about following the news since we were on vacation a little bit, so we kind of scrambled to put this together a little bit. So, but there are some things that did come out that I was interested in. So, first of all, they have a new trailer called 1922 is the name of the movie that's coming out on Netflix on October 20th. And it is a Stephen King short story that was called also 1922 about a man who lives with his wife and son on a farm, and his wife doesn't want to live there anymore. And so him and his son kill her, and then crazy shit ensues.
Didn't she say something about getting a divorce?
Yeah, in the trailer she
Yeah.
does. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it's your regular kind of haunt, but it's kind of cool because Thomas Jane is in it. He seems like he plays a really good like hillbilly dad or like country boy. So I'm kind of interested to see it. You know, it's just came out of nowhere.
It seems like a realistic horror movie to me. So
Right.
I'm
Well,
really
well,
interested too.
realistic.
Well, you know what I mean. Like,
He basically they kill their wife, his mom,
Right.
the dad and the son. So I thought that was kind of like, woo.
yeah, but like to go through that process of, like how he's gonna do it, how he's gonna hide it.
Right.
You know.
Well, if you guys haven't already seen that, we'll put a link down to the trailer below so you can check that out. But I am interested. It's nice to see Stephen King is like pretty much the mainstream right now in horror.
Right.
Like literally.
Oh, and Gerald's Way's coming out too.
Gerald's Way, yeah, this week.
Yeah, this week.
So I'm
September or
definitely
something.
I'm curious to see that. That's another Netflix movie,
Right.
and that's just before October. But
Right.
there's a lot of shit coming out on Netflix, guys. So we figured we'd kind of go over that.
Yeah, I'll go through it really quick. So October 1st, Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon's coming out.
Yeah, it's a James Wan film, which I love. It's a really good revenge sort of movie. I think it's a good James Wan film. There's a really cool single shot that he does in it in this parking lot. It's like parking structure. I think you should check that out if you can. It's not been available up until now. So definitely check
So
that
you
out.
recommend it?
I highly recommend it. It's been very hard to get. I have it on DVD.
Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman. Never Let Me Go is coming out. A movie called Ghost Patrol. A movie called The Reaping with Hilary Swank. Veronica. October 3rd, 13 Demons comes out on Netflix. And of course, Cult of Chucky, which I think everyone is.
To give you guys an idea, we will be talking about that. It comes out on October 3rd for Blu-ray and DVD, so I'm waiting to get my copy. So expect to see it within a week of that time frame. We'll do like like we did the It review. We'll do a Cult of Chucky, but we want to kind of catch up on some of the old films, just so that we know reference points.
All right. October 4th, Raw is coming out on Netflix. October 11th.
Pretty good movie, by the way.
Right. Donnie Darko, of course. October 15th, Belief, The Possession of Janet Moses. Other Life. October 20th, 1922, we just talked about. One of Us, a Netflix original. October 24th, The Mist Season 1 will be coming out. I think we only watched one episode of that.
We watched like two, but we had a hard time sitting through it.
But I think now that it's on Netflix, we'll try to get
We'll binge it out.
And then, of course, what everyone has been waiting for, on October 27th, Stranger Things Season 2 is coming out.
Booyah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty packed thing. Plus, there's a lot of stuff coming out in the theaters as well. So
right, a lot of stuff. Well, for horror, but of course, because it's October, it's Halloween.
Right.
You know,
we got a lot of stuff that we're gonna do. We're thinking about going out to Las Vegas because Zach Bagans' new Haunted Museum is open on October 3rd, right?
Yeah, October 2nd.
Yeah, so we're going to try to book tickets. We're going to try to go out there, and we're also going to catch a John Carpenter tour in Las Vegas up at that same time too.
Since you missed it last year.
Yeah, so we were a little bummed out about that.
And of course, he's not coming through Phoenix this time.
Right.
We've already talked about that.
So when we do that, guys, that'll be towards the end of the month of October. So we probably will not have an episode the first week, the end of October, and the first week of November. So unfortunately, that's just going to be a vacation time for me from the podcast.
But of course, it's vacation time. It's Halloween. Everybody, you're all going to be busy. You're horror fans,
right? Yeah. So it's no big deal. We're not really, but we'll be back a week after with 2 new episodes. So we'll only miss 2 weeks in 2 years, hopefully.
Right. That's really good
when it's all said and done.
But again, you're going to be busy. Everyone's got their Halloween shit going on.
Right.
Again, it's Christmas for us, so you understand.
Also, there was a scheduled movie called Maniac Cop, which is a remake, apparently. And supposedly, Larry Cohen, who was the original writer of the movie Maniac Cop, actually said that there is not going to be a second one. They asked him about it. He says he insisted that it does not move forward. He said, as far as I know, that's not happening anymore. And if it is, they might be trying to keep it a secret as they'd owed me $250,000. Oh, jeez. Cohen went on to elaborate, saying, Ed Brubaker wrote the script, and I've read the script, and it's not very good. Ed Brubaker is a very good writer of comic books, I think. But if he's written a good script for a movie, I haven't read it yet. So he also said that he did some revision work on that draft, actually, indulging a little ego along the way. I'm reporting this from birthmoviesdeath.com. He says, I wrote 6 new scenes for the picture based on what I'd read. And had I written the whole script, the movie would probably be happening, as the script would be good. I wrote 3 films for Bill Lustig, though they changed a lot on Maniac Cop 3, Badge of Silence, and Bill got fired from it. And I would have written the 4th movie had they asked, but they didn't. And now it's getting made. Cohen also described the plot of Brubaker's script, which he was not a fan of. He said, it's a lot like Bob Hoskins' movie, Neil Jordan's Mona Lisa, where he's driving prostitutes around and then waiting out in the car while they do their business in hotels with the Johns. It's a direct lift from that, and then turns into a Maniac Cop. Huh. Wow, he's really not happy about this. He said, furthermore, Cohen says that despite his misgivings with Brubaker's draft, the majority of the blame sits at Nick Refn's feet. As far as I know, and he says, quote, as far as I know, he was the one trying to get the money raised to make the picture, and he didn't get it, so now it's not happening. If it is, I would like to get paid, or I'm going to call my lawyer, and it's getting shut down. So,
Wow.
You can tell Larry Cohen's not happy about this little situation that he has, but that's okay. I don't know how I would feel about a remake of Maniac Cop. I don't know. It's not my favorite franchise.
I don't even remember it.
We could probably rewatch it. Maybe we'll do it next week. Maybe that's what we'll watch. Maniac Cop 1 and 2. Or Scanner Cop 1 and 2.
Ooh, Scanner Cop.
Yeah. I'll have to ask Brittany about it. We'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. I did talk to Aaron Moorhead, who is one of the directors of the movie Resolution. There's two directors. They co-directed it and co-produced it. But they're doing a movie called The Endless that we've mentioned in past episodes. The Endless is about a group of cult people who escape the cult, and it turns out that maybe the cult was right after all. And it has something to do with aliens. Like, there is a small, short teaser trailer out right now where two guys are swimming on a boat. One of them happens to be the directors. And, the boat's out in the middle of the lake. And you see, like, what looks like to be a ship underneath the water. So, It's interesting. I wrote to Aaron Moorhead on Twitter, and he got back to me. And he said, yeah, it's not going to be out till next year. So it's on the festival circuit right now, which is always at the end of the year. So we probably won't see anything about it until probably spring.
That sounds like some Scientology shit right there.
Right? Yeah, well, I mean, and if you guys have ever seen the movie Resolution or any of the extras, these guys are jokesters, like, through and through. So I'm kind of curious to see what kind of dark humor kind of comes out of this movie called The Endless. I'll post the teaser trailer for you guys. There's really not a lot to go by there, but just knowing the synopsis, it's kind of interesting to me, and knowing that they're silly guys that like to write good horror, in my opinion, I think it could be fun. So anyway, keep an eye out for that. But that is it for the news. Okay, guys, we're back, and we're going to be doing one of our newer segments where we just talk about things that we've done or an interesting subject, and that interesting subject this week happens to be Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood, Universal Studios. So we'll be talking about that here next. We'll do our little Aftershots jingle, and we'll go ahead and kick it off, so stick around. All right, guys, we are back, and we are ready to rock with our little story of our little vacation, our miniature 36-hour vacation with 6-hour trip on either end. Right. So a 12-hour trip, basically, 10 to 12 hours.
Right.
So, but we went to Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios Hollywood.
Yeah, we pretty much just, we got there. We went and did a city walk, which is right in front of Universal Studios. We pretty much went, it was Josh's birthday the day before. So then we went, we walked up and down City Walk.
Yeah, spent a lot of money on donuts.
Well, we had a long drive there, of course. Yeah, we stood in line for Voodoo Donuts for, like a half an hour to get
Yeah,
donuts.
Voodoo Donuts is kind of a popular place. We literally waited in line for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
We spent like $34 on a fucking dozen donuts.
It was
$34 on donuts. Was it worth it, Christina? Do you think they were delicious?
It was worth it. They were okay. I mean, they were just fucking donuts. But...
My favorite was the Homer donut, which was like a strawberry glaze.
Right.
That was really delicious.
That was good.
I like that one. Those were kind of expensive. They were like $2 each.
They were just donuts to me. I don't really... I mean, I could... But it was an experience. It was going there. The place was cool. Like,
right.
They had good themed type of donuts.
We actually went to the Hard Rock Cafe in the City Walk at Universal Studios.
Had dinner there.
Yeah, we had dinner, which was kind of, it was okay.
Yeah, it was just,
It was dinner. Food.
Yeah, but that was our first night there. And then we got up the next day. We were kind of like... I didn't plan on doing anything that morning because I just wanted to chill out and get ready for Halloween Horror Nights. But we did end up going to Griffin Observatory up in the Hollywood Hills.
Oh, yeah.
And that was worth it. We took an Uber up there, thank God.
Yeah, because it would have been hell.
It was packed.
Yeah. There was nowhere to park.
Right, but it was awesome. It was pretty much just like you saw the city and
Los Angeles.
yeah, and the sign and pictures and stuff. But that was really cool.
Yeah, but there was like cool little stuff up there at the observatory. It's like they have a planetarium. We didn't do that or anything. They do like a video of Leonard Nimoy had done something for the observatory, I guess, where they talked about the space and stuff like that. But it was really interesting. Like, if you go through, it's kind of like a museum. So it's like you go through and learn about the sun. You learn about, like, time. You learn about, like, rotation of the planets and, like, orbits and all this stuff. Even on the ground, which was really cool for us, we saw, like, how far of a distance the sun was from Earth and all of the other planets. And it shows, like, they draw out the orbit of every single planet in our solar system, and like the distance from like Mars to the next planet is like insane.
Ridiculous.
And then like it gets further and further. It's like it starts quadrupling. It's like so huge. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I took some pictures of that stuff.
That's cool.
And then we were like, fuck it, let's go eat somewhere cheap. So we went to In-N-Out, which caused turmoil there for a minute. But because we couldn't figure out what the fuck we were doing.
But anyway, finally the time came, and we had early passes, and we got there just like right. They opened up earlier than the early time
Right.
they expected. So when they opened like at 4:30, so we were able to rush in. We immediately went straight to The Shining.
Yeah, there was a lot of different mazes. For those of you who don't know what Halloween Horror Nights is, it's basically between about 4:30 and like 2 a.m. in the morning. They open Universal Studios and literally have the entire park dedicated to Halloween. And you have, I think there was like 7 different mazes this year, 6 or 7.
Yeah, and then they have some of the rides, just the regular Universal Studio
Like
rides.
Transformers, The Simpsons, like
Jurassic Park.
right.
The Mummy.
We did, there was Insidious, Bloomhouse, which was kind of dedicated to the Purge, I guess.
Well, we didn't go through it.
We didn't have enough time to go through all of them. But there was also Ash vs. Evil Dead, Saw. There was Urban Inferno. Then there was Roanoke, American Horror Story Roanoke. What else was there? Oh, The Shining. So there were 7, plus the Tram,
Saw.
which was the Titans. Well, I already did Saw.
Oh.
There was a tram that was run by Chucky. He basically pops on the screen and talks to you like he's a tram driver.
Titans of Terror.
Which was like Freddy, Jason, and Leatherface. Yeah, it was the Titans of Terror. Plus, Chucky drives you there, and he's making fun of all the Titans.
Right.
So there was technically like 8 different things, which was a lot. That's a lot.
And we weren't able to do them all.
No, there was just no way, guys. I highly recommend if you ever go to these things to get the front of line pass. We tried to do it, but I think they sold out by the time we were able to get the tickets. So we were kind of like, and we got confused because we got front of line for the tram, which was the best thing.
Right.
Because we went to the front of the line literally, and there was like an hour and a half, 2 hour wait.
Right.
For the fucking tram and Titans of Terror.
Right.
So that ended up working out.
Right. So, again, when we first got there, we went through The Shining first. What did you think of that one? I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, by the way, fuck, guys. We fucking, I turned, there was like a line, a huge-ass line. I was like, I'm going to get a drink because I'm fucking tired.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I get a fucking energy drink at this little station that cost me like $8 for one energy drink, by the way. And I turn around, and they're gone. And the whole line is dissipated. And I was like, fuck. So I booked it down the road. Like, I had to run, and my tits were all flapping in my face. No, I fucking ran down the fucking thing, and I fucking made it there. And then we're, like, power walking to The Shining. Like, everybody is, like, booking it. Like, because everybody's up your ass everywhere you go if you're in a line. Because they're, like, they're really excited to go to this thing.
And also, people didn't want to wait in line for an hour and a half.
Right. Yeah. So everybody's trying to get through the rides or the mazes as quick as they can because, you know.
You only have so much time until it opens up to the public at 7.
Right. And I'd say 90% of the people that go through these do not get the front of line passes.
Right.
So it is technically worth it.
They only sell so many.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, if you can get in on it, it's $30 extra. It's worth it.
No, it was more than that.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think it's worth it, whatever it is. You can casually go to things. And you don't have to fucking, like, wait in line for, like, we waited in one of them for Insidious for, like, an hour. And it was, like, the longest, I don't know. That felt like forever.
Well, yeah, but I mean, when you hadn't been waiting in line and that's the first one, and of course we had chilled out for about an hour and a half in between the
We had to.
Yeah, I know. Between the mazes.
Right, but we took breaks, guys, because this is literally up and down hills, up and down stairs, like the whole fucking thing. And I'm not used to walking 12 miles a day every single day, like up and down fucking steps or fucking hills and shit like that. So I was like, fuck this, I need to take a break. Because we were like wandering around half the time.
Right. So what do you think about The Shining?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. I have videos for a few of these. Like I did Ash vs. Evil Dead. I did The Shining. But I like The Shining a lot. Although the projection part where the elevator bleeds.
That one was broken.
The screen was broken. They didn't have the projection up.
They did have a projection part of the twins.
Right. That was cool.
Yeah, you walk into this room, and of course there's the carpet, and then
Danny's in the little tricycle.
Yeah, Danny's on the tricycle, and then in the background you see the projection with the twins in there. That was one of the rooms. It's really cool because before you even enter into the place, it looks like you're going into the maze. And then they show you a map of the overlook maze.
Right.
And that was really cool.
Yeah, it's very themey. You walk into the hedges first.
Yeah.
And then you end up in the hedges.
And then you end up in the actual hotel, and you actually go into like the bar, and the bartender's standing right there, which was really creepy. And I think my favorite room out of all the rooms they had there was the I forgot the room number, but where the chick's in the shower.
237?
Yeah, 237.
I think that's what it is. I can't remember.
I can't remember either off the top of my head. But yeah, she's like standing in the shower, and it's like the exact room. It has the green pastel porcelain sink and toilet and stuff. I thought that was really cool. And then even the carpet, the green design,
right?
You know, the other famous carpet design of the place in there. And then of course they have the famous scene with Wendy in the bathroom with him, you know.
Which was my favorite part.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
I really liked that part.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I tried to videotape a lot of this, so I'll put these up on our YouTube channel if you guys want to check them out, by the way. Some of the quality is, you know, like when you're walking through, I wanted to enjoy myself a little bit, so I wasn't always focused on the camera.
I think you were expecting it to go so fast either.
No.
Because they did we were literally I wouldn't say we were running through the haunted house.
But it is like cattle.
Yeah, it is.
The good thing about it is like these sets are like really fucking awesome. Like they do really good work. It's not always exact, but it is fucking spot on a lot of cases.
Right.
But the Shining one I thought was really good. It wasn't my favorite one.
Right.
But I really did enjoy it.
I think if I had gone through it again,
right,
I would have enjoyed it a little bit more, but I just felt like, okay, we gotta go to the next one.
Well, in a lot of these spots too, like they'll have like different characters jump out at you. Like in The Shining, they had Jack Torrance with an axe. So it was like literally an actor with one of the fake Jack Torrance masks on that everybody kind of looked the same. And he would just jump out with this plastic axe, and it would make these noises like... and like it would just jump out like yeah, it felt really fast. A lot of these were like about 4 minutes long,
right?
About that average, I think about 4 minutes, sometimes less.
Yeah,
but it's still really cool, like the way that they do this whole fucking thing up. It's like even when you're just hanging out in the lot, because there's an upper lot and a lower lot, and the lower lot has the majority of the mazes. Plus, the top lot they had the Terror Tram with the Titans of Terror, and then they also had
the Bloom House.
The Bloom House one up there, and was that the Krusty Land, The Simpsons? Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they had it in the cinema.
Yeah.
Right in front of the cinema there.
But we paid $60 for everything, and I'd say we definitely got our money's worth.
Yeah, I do. Which one did we go on after?
Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, that's
which is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, we did The Shining, and then we did Ash vs. Evil Dead. That was a long one.
The Ash vs. Evil Dead. Yeah,
that was kind of a long one.
That was one of my favorite ones because it like the whole like I forget what that fucking his trailer is, but it's like a Aeroline or some shit like that. The big silver one from the TV show.
Right.
You walk through that, and then he has kind of like a battle with like one of the Deadites, like he does in the first season of the show. It's like the first episode, and so when you walk in there, it's kind of like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. It felt like it was going like episode by episode.
Yeah, it kind of did. You know, like it.
I couldn't exactly remember, each episode, but it
did
feel like that.
So they take you through some of like his trailer, and then he talks about the old cabin because he's like kind of retelling the story, and you get to go into the cabin through the front door, which is probably one of my favorite parts because you see Ash outside, and he's just kind of like acting all chummy. He's like, oh, sorry about that. Didn't mean to scare you, buddy. Like he's just like, oh, I don't know. But the way it looked and it was lit up, it was so cool going into it for me. And then they take you through some other areas, and then you run into Henrietta. I think you go into the basement.
That was my favorite part of that maze.
Yeah, that
was really cool.
That was really cool. It looked just like it.
Yeah.
Gooseneck Henrietta is like really long.
Oh, okay.
That's the one. Someone's in my fruit cellar.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I'm thinking of the one after.
Maybe.
The room after that one. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Henrietta's the one that was in the basement.
Right.
And she gets the big monkey neck.
Yeah.
And turns her head into it.
That was really cool.
I don't know. I just liked that. I thought that haunt was really cool. It was probably my favorite one. It just felt like I was in there. Mm-hmm. And then we decided to go to the Saw one, which we were not too happy with.
No. Actually, my favorite part of the Saw one was there were these two teenage girls, like younger teenage girls behind me.
Oh, yeah.
They were fucking so scared, and they kept like pushing into me and stuff, which I didn't get annoyed because I think that's kind of so hilarious.
Right.
I mean, so they actually made it better for me because they were just so freaked out. And there was, like, no one behind them. And they just kept trying to, like, cut in front of me because they just wanted to get the fuck out of there.
They didn't want to be the last, because they were the last of our little tiny group.
So they got the brunt of a lot of the jump scares and stuff. So I thought that was awesome.
Then the Saw one there was a couple of cool little moments in there. You'll see it in the video because did I do one for Saw? No, I didn't.
No, that was the one you wanted to enjoy.
I did The Shining. We did The Shining. I did the Ash vs. Evil Dead. And we skipped the Saw one because I was getting tired of, like, shooting the camera because it took away a little bit from the, like, scare for me because it felt like there was a disconnect between getting into the vibe of the place.
Yeah, I couldn't even believe you were taking video because it's like, come on, like, let's enjoy this.
Well,
like,
but I never take video or do pictures or anything ever, so I was like, this time I'm gonna fucking do it. And I'm kind of glad because there were some funny moments that we had.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
But Saw just felt like it was lacking a little bit. There was some cool little parts, little pockets inside Saw that I did like, but it just didn't scare me.
I think there was a lot of stuff from the newer film that's coming out too, because you recognize some stuff from the trailer.
Oh yeah,
where the part in the trailer,
the Saw wall.
The Saw wall. That was really cool.
Saw wall. So hard to say,
but. Yeah, but still, that was worth it. We didn't really have to wait in line for that.
That was like really quick because those are the first three we did were like the quickest we did all night.
Right.
Then we went Roanoke wasn't opening until 7, so we're like
Yeah.
done at like 5:30 already.
And we had planned on going on that one, but then the wait ended up being like so long, and that was because I guess the cast
Yeah.
was actually there that night.
From American Horror Story Roanoke.
Yeah, I don't know if they were meeting people or what. But
I don't know where they
that
were,
ended-
but they
that-
were there. That's all they kept saying.
Yeah, but I wanted to go through it, but again, like I think people were since they started late and the cast was there, it just kind of made it so we just felt like it wasn't worth waiting
Right.
for.
Well, we ran into a couple of guys who said that they were like, well, we'll just get food because it's open at 7 and then we'll go back. And they went back and they were like 30 minutes early and they were like standing there for just a few minutes and all of a sudden they opened it up 20 minutes early. And so they let everybody through. And literally in 1 hour's time, that whole thing turned into a 2.5 hour wait if you didn't have front of
Yeah, it
line.
was probably the longest wait of the night.
Yeah, 2.5 hours. I was like, I'm sorry, baby, but no. We went to go to the Roanoke thing, but we saw that the urban Inferno was there on the left. And we were like, well, do you want to go to this one first? And then we turned around and we saw that it was a 2.5 hour wait for the Roanoke one.
Oh no, because it wasn't even dark then.
Oh, you're saying I'm
then-
skipping the toxic tunnel is what you're saying.
Yeah.
There was a toxic tunnel that they had that we went through during the daytime that wasn't lit up or anything, but it was one of my favorite things in it, actually. It wasn't like scary, really.
Right.
But it was just the atmosphere that I liked about it. They turned the entire toxic tunnel. It's literally the spot where everybody parks their fucking go-karts or their golf carts. They turned it into this toxic waste zombie nightmare thing.
So you're just walking through a bunch of strobe lights and stuff.
With techno
and the
music or
zombies
something.
are like coming at you. I love the stuff like that. And then when we hit the urban, what was it called?
Urban Inferno.
Oh yeah, urban inferno. That was just one of those side haunts.
Yeah.
You know, just to kind of distract you. And I actually thought that was kind of cool. I mean, you know, it was just really quick.
It didn't scare me. Like, there
Right.
was no jump scares.
Yeah, it was just all like special effects, like, you know, torture
Right.
scenes.
One thing I've learned about horror, the haunts places, like these like haunted houses for Halloween and stuff, I wonder if all the people who complain about like jump scares ever go to them, or if they're like, fuck that, I'm never gonna, jump scares are bad all around, you know? Like, that's what I think of. Like do they even go to haunted houses because they don't, you know, they're like, this
No,
is cheap.
It is kind of hypocritical if you think about it. Because,
Right.
I mean, all haunted houses, it isn't like they can fucking touch you or anything.
Right. Like,
All they can do is try to jump scare you.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Like-
there's like eerie moments and stuff in between, but it's mostly just jump scares, guys.
Well, it's just, like, for me, jump scares don't really scare me because I have, like,
Oh, you got scared.
Oh, I got scared a couple times, but I
Because-
have like a lack, like I have a reaction lack. So
Lag.
yeah, you know what I mean.
You got latency.
Yeah, I
Scare
got
latency.
some latency issues over here, but just the production and stuff's really cool.
Right.
That's what I like about it.
Like, the one time I remember you getting scared was because we went to the Insidious one, which was like an hour-long wait that we had to go through the line. And we finally... Oh, and the worst part is that we thought we found the line, so we, like, went all the way up. And we were like,
It
oh,
was the
shit.
front of the line. And
Yeah.
we're like, fuck.
So then we had to walk, like, around the entire park to get back. And then when we go in the line to see Insidious Maze, we went upstairs, downstairs, ended up where we went to the stairs to begin with, and then behind this thing, through this Jurassic thing, and then we finally show up. And I posted a picture on my personal page, but I'll try to post it up, but it looks really cool. I didn't get any video from this one, but I thought that was one of my favorite sets.
That was one of my favorite sets too, and sucks too because I was like trying to remember the movies and stuff, but right when we got to the entrance and it was the house,
Right.
and they had the two guys.
Oh, yeah, the two paranormal guys, yeah.
They looked spot on, and I
Yeah.
was trying so hard to get a picture of them.
And then you wouldn't let me ask them.
Well, no, because I didn't want to miss getting in. We just waited an hour. You know,
Yeah, he was like, don't go in the house. Whatever you do, just don't go in the house.
Yeah, they were
real
sitting there
sarcastic.
talking to people and stuff. It was really cool. But I would have liked to gotten a picture with them. But again, we had waited. I didn't want to miss our chance to go in.
It was really cool.
Piss off a bunch of people just because I wanted a goddamn picture.
There was a lot of little empty pockets in that one. But they had, oh my God, at one point they had the fog machines going so much I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. But it made the ambiance really spooky.
It really, yeah, because they wanted to put you into the further, which is like all spooky, like smoke, apparently.
And I loved how they had like the little kid mannequins, and I kept thinking it was like a real little kid. And I was like in my head, I was like, "Don't you fucking jump out on me!"
It was hard to discern.
Yeah, it was. But then I was like, "Why would they have little kids out here like jumping up at people?" Because I would totally kick a kid. Like I don't care. I would totally kick a kid.
Did you see that one in the Saw one where there was a girl crumpled up on the ground with a leash around her neck?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was so real. Like I was waiting for it to jump up, and it was not. It was just fake.
Unless she was just waiting for that right specific person to jump out at it, you know.
Well, we kind of skipped over the toxic tunnel, but there was some really cool prosthetic makeup effects.
Oh, yeah.
Like their faces were all bubbled up and like zombified, and it was really cool.
Yeah,
like,
it was cool.
Like, it's kind of weird that we don't see toxic zombies in a movie. You
Yeah.
know? Like, the only one we have is the one you really like from the Grindhouse movies.
Oh, Planet Terror.
Yeah.
Man, I love Planet. It's my favorite movie ever.
Yeah, so it was kind of an ode to that. But back to Insidious, as we're going through this, like, there was a pocket of, like, fog that I was just like, oh, like I couldn't breathe. Like, it was so heavy. It'd be like if I had my mouth on the nozzle and was trying to breathe.
But it did make it creepy.
But at the very end of that one,
that's where it got
the worst
scary.
thing about the Insidious one for us is that since we're all kind of going in a line like cattle, like they would jump and scare the first batch of the group, and then it would skip over everybody behind us. Behind those people, and we happened to be at the end of it, and so we kept missing all the jump scares. So we were like, fuck dude, this sucks. Like literally all the way to the very end, and then finally at the very end there was like a 3 scare part where they like 3 little jump scares, and we missed 2 of them, but Christina got the butt of the last scare out the way, out the door, and you were like,
oh! Well, dude, like, well, it's when it's when they come into like your side view,
right?
And you're not expecting it because
But
it's
the
so
look
dark.
on your
It was
face
like,
was
Jesus
hilarious.
Christ, like, where'd you come from?
You were really scared
You
though.
fucking little monkey shit, like.
You were really scared.
Yeah, I did. I was peeing my pants. No, I didn't. But no, it's just like a side view thing. Whatever.
But yeah, after that one, I think me and
Oh, you guys. Oh
we
got
to talk about something that we didn't do.
I am so I don't do roller coasters. I get motion sickness really bad.
Right.
Anything anything that says like ride on it, I'm like, nope, I don't want to do it. I know, like, it's not that it freaks me out.
She just doesn't like roller coaster rides.
I don't like that feeling, the free falling. It's not that I want to say it's not having control, but it's not that. I just don't like the movement of it. It makes me sick.
We saw like these 2 guys, and we started talking to them, and they would like kind of give us the lowdown on everything. And I was like, "Look, my girlfriend doesn't like rides. Like, what do you think? You know, can we do the Transformers ride?" And he was like, "Well, it's kind of like Star Ride or the Star Tours." And I was like, "Oh,
which I can't do."
Well, we told you that it was that in the beginning.
Yeah, I know, but you guys were like, I didn't want to say you forced me, but it was just like,
well, first of all, I'm thinking
pressure.
like it's not really a ride. You're just kind of like the cart's kind of moving. I didn't know that it actually physically moved places. I thought we were just going to look at a screen the whole time.
No, it's motion sickness. And
right.
But
anyway, so we get on the Transformers, and she's like, "Looks like a ride, Alex. I don't know. Looks like a ride."
You slide into this booth, and then the bar goes down. That's a ride.
Dude, I will tell you what, though. That was one of my favorite things at the whole night was that Transformers ride, because there was at one part where my mouth was just open so wide because I was just like so amazed. Like, I wish there was a video of me and Josh just like so excited like little kids.
Yeah,
while
and then,
she's
then
leaning.
I'm in between you two.
Yeah, she's like leaning down, like grabbing the bar and just like cussing my name in her head over and over and over again.
I was.
Meanwhile, we've literally moved probably like 12 feet the whole fucking time.
I couldn't even, I looked at the screen when it first started and then I was like, nope. And then I just looked down the entire time.
It was amazing,
I'm
dude.
not putting myself through this.
There was a part where you basically are at the top of this building and all of a sudden you like slide down the building like 20, 30 stories. And I was like, holy shit.
Really? You slide down a building?
Well, visually, not physically. It's all on the screen.
Yeah, but it's all like in your head too.
Yeah,
Now, my
I know it
head
is. It's
can't
all in your
handle
head,
that
Christina.
shit.
It's all in your head.
My head can't handle that shit, Alex.
Anyway, we were thinking about doing more after the Insidious thing, but we were like, fuck it. Let's just go to the Terror Tram. And then if there's enough time, we'll do the Bloomhouse one. But after we get in the Terror Tram, we thought it was just going to be all on the tram, right?
Yeah,
And then they were like, okay, everybody exit.
And we're like,
And Christina's like, we're having to move again.
It's like, I can't move my legs.
Yeah, we were so fucking tired by this time. Like, we'd been there since we'd been walking around since 4:00. We'd actually gone to the observatory from 1 to 2:30, walking around up there for like an hour or so. And then we came back, lay down on the bed for like 20 minutes, and then fucking had to go and walk around the entire park again.
But literally, that when you get off the tram and you start moving through the actual Titans of Terror thing.
Maze.
Yeah, maze. Oh my god, it was the best thing of the night, and it was the best thing to end the night.
Yeah, you think that's your favorite?
Oh, yeah. Because the second you exit off the tram, was literally like 10 Chuckies with chainsaws.
Right.
Like coming at this shit ton of people. Because, I mean, like, there was a shit ton of people, which I was like, God, all these fucking people are
Yeah, there's like
way.
100 people.
But there was a reason. Like, because after you kind of go through this maze, you go through the Chuckies, and then you start, you go through, like, the first thing was the Jasons, right?
Yeah, it goes through Jason.
Hotel. Mm-hmm. And then you go through that, and then Jason's like...
You have the Psycho House on the top.
Yeah, but first you go through the Crystal Lake Hotel, and literally, like, you're on the outskirts. Oh, I guess that is the Psycho Motel, right?
Yeah, that's technically the Psycho Motel.
Right,
Yeah.
and then Jason's, like, on the porch of the motel. Like, there's different Jasons. So
yeah, different kill scenes that he's done.
Yeah, like, out on the porch, so you get to watch all that. And then, yeah, like you said, there's the Psycho House on top. And they had a photo op up there.
Yeah, there was a part where I was all like, you know the scene in one of the newer movies, I think it's Jason versus Freddy, where he's like folds the bed and then the legs meet the head.
That was funny.
I was all like, yeah, Jason, make his ankles clap. And then he walked away.
Probably because you made him laugh so hard.
I don't know. He probably was just in the mode. But I have video of that. I have a video for the whole thing of that pretty much.
Oh, do you?
Except I skipped some of the Leatherface stuff because
it was just too many
there was too
people.
crowded.
Yeah.
I didn't want to lose my phone.
But that's another thing I was going to add is because there were so many people, but it was literally like you were in the meat grinder.
Yeah.
So you were going through the Sawyer meat
Packing plant. Yeah, it was like they were like guiding you through like you were cattle, which was really symbolically kind of very cool.
Yeah.
Like but it wasn't really that scary, but it was just kind of nice to be in that atmosphere.
Right.
But I think
the ambiance made it.
Yeah. But I think where it really took off is when you go on the set of the War of the Worlds where the planes crashed. And it's Freddy now. And this part was my favorite.
Right.
Because they have, like, I don't know, like 30, 40 Freddys, like, wandering around scaring you. And it's like you see the plane crash, and it's almost like you're in a dream. And then, so we saw the cop car. I think one of my favorite parts. So when we heard the cop car, he's like, "This is Freddy checking, Officer Freddy checking in with Officer Freddy. Are you there, Officer Freddy?" You know, like, and it was just kind of funny and silly and fun. And the lights were really cool. And they were just kind of like popping out of places. Like at one part, he saw me videotaping and then just showed up in front of the camera and scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, that was funny. Oh, and you mentioned the plane crash, but let's be more literal here because it was literally a whole freaking plane.
Yeah,
it was the plane.
If you guys have seen War of the Worlds, it is the scene where Tom Cruise walks out and sees a plane crashed in his old house where his ex-wife lives, and the kid's mom, and they stay in the basement. And then when he comes up, he walks through this wreckage during the day, and like people are rummaging through it.
Right, and it is the wreckage.
It's exactly it.
It's exactly it. It was amazing to see this full-blown plane wreckage.
That was really cool.
Like in person, like
walking through it yourself.
Yeah, walking through it with Freddy attacking you with fucking chainsaws and shit because there's like a million fucking Freddys.
Right, and then there's like all the houses that were around too.
Right.
So like they had them all lit up in different ways, and it felt like a dream.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool.
But then they put you through another Leatherface situation, which was kind of meh.
Right.
But we got through that. And then that was pretty much it for us that night. I think our feet hurt so bad after that, and our legs. We were just so exhausted. We just sat down for I think it was 45 minutes.
And we did actually sit down in front of the Bloomhouse maze. And the front of the maze was like the purge was going on, and they had like the sirens and shit. You know, with the announcement thing going on,
right?
And on and on and on and on.
She gave me 4 leaves at that point because
I wanted to go in that so bad.
Yeah, after walking 12 hours up and down hills all day, I know that I'm not in the best of shape, but 12 miles of standing around and waiting and shit, I was just like, man.
Right.
And we were there for 7-8 hours.
Right. We were there for a while. But I've done Not Scary Farm.
Yeah.
I've done that a few times. I think that I did that 5 times.
Right.
In the past. And it was similar. I would think this was better just because it was more horror theme related.
Well, and I like that they did little touches, and even when you're walking into the main park, they had a bunch of scary, a bunch of people dressed up in Halloween costumes that were chase after you while you're going into a store.
Right.
It's just they're all sprinkled throughout the whole park. And there was some moments where they had some dubstep just slamming your ears.
Well, that's because they had that show with what was
Jabberwockies.
Yeah, the Jabberwockies.
Jabberwockies were there. But we didn't get to go see them. We were too fucking tired at that point in time. Although we probably could have gone and it would have been a nice sit.
Sit down one.
Yeah. Because there's nowhere to sit in the fucking park. We're talking 50,000 people walking around or more.
Right.
And it's there's nowhere to sit. There's no seats. You have to find a plant and try to sit near it or sit on the ground. Anywhere there's a seat is, taken up. So it was it was intense.
But I think if we do end up doing it next time, we'll do the VIP or something.
Fuck yeah. Well, you said the VIP includes a dinner and shit?
Yeah, there's a dinner and then the early entrance again and then front of line. We'll go all out next time.
Yeah, we were thinking about doing the season pass.
It was sold out. Or we'll do season pass.
Yeah, I really wanted to go on that Simpsons ride, but we were just so tired. It was a 25-minute wait, and even that was too much for us. We were like, fuck.
Yeah. Because I've done VIP I had only done VIP at Knott's.
Right, okay.
So, even though it was similar.
Okay.
It was more intense. But
it was fun, though. Josh, you and I, we all had fun.
Yeah.
We had a good time. It was a little stressful there towards the end of the night because we were just so
it was
exhausted. And then we had to walk even further from where the Uber would pick us up because they had it closed off.
But, and plus, we we just spent 6 hours the night before driving, and then, we had to spend another driving back home. I mean, it all adds up, but that's just boring stuff. So.
But yeah, guys, if you're interested, I really thought it was a lot of fun. Like, we paid $60 for the tickets. You know, we had to pay for a hotel room, which was right down the street, which cost the most. Probably the biggest chunk of the money.
Right.
The hotel, right?
We got, but the tickets, though, just to clarify, we got the July early, whatever it was.
Yeah, they do it several months before.
The sale.
Yeah.
Which actually put it in our heads to get it. Oh, maybe we should get this while
it's hot.
Yeah, while it's hot.
So next year, guys, we'll definitely give you guys a heads up if you're interested in going to this from wherever you are. I'd say it's worth a fun trip. I wish we got to stay a little bit longer, kind of relax. Like, we need to like plan it out where we have like a day off,
right, in
between, and then we relax a little bit that day. Maybe just like watch TV, go eat, and then the next day we go do something again. Because you need a little buffer time.
Right.
So, but yeah, I think we'll let you guys know when the tickets go on sale. First time they go on sale so that you can jump in on the early entrance, front of line, all that stuff if you want to go out early. Because they let you pick between a certain amount of time, right?
I think so.
You can get early tickets altogether.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we just wanted to kind of share some of this with you. We do have some videos I'm going to be tossing up on YouTube. They're going to be coming through a little bit this week, so I'll get them up all before Wednesday so that you guys have something to check out. I'll put them up and I'll try to put them together, make them look nice and stuff. But yeah, we really appreciate you guys coming by and listening to our little fun story of vacation. It's a big deal to us because we never go anywhere.
Yeah, we don't do anything. But we are going to be doing haunted houses here in Phoenix this time.
Yeah, so
I know last year you weren't able to go.
Right.
Or we weren't able to go, but we already have the passes to go and to the 13th floor.
Plus, we're going to go out to the Vegas
the Haunted Mansion.
No, the haunted. It's not the haunted mansion.
Museum. Sorry, that's in Disneyland.
Yeah, exactly.
Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum, and then John Carpenter's show.
Yeah.
Tour. So October is gonna be super busy.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're gonna try to fill you guys in with some of that. I'm super excited to go see those things, and hopefully, I would like to see if I could borrow somebody's like EVP recorder, like a legit one, so that if we go to the museum, that we can actually do our own EVPs. Because I would.
Will they even let you?
I don't know, but I don't want to not have one just in case.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't it be kind of cool?
No comment.
Well, it's just on the voice. It's not.
I know, but I don't want to be bringing anything home.
Well, we'll see what happens. But if one of you actually has one that I could borrow, or can point me in the direction of a decent one that we could maybe buy at some point, I would greatly appreciate that. But anyways, guys,
I'll get us some sage.
Thank you so much for stopping by for our Halloween Horror Nights episode. If you haven't already, I'll put some links down below for you to check out some of the stuff for Universal Studios. There's one in Florida as well, so if you want to check that out, or Orlando. So I'll put both of the links up for you guys. And don't forget, this Thursday, we're going to be talking about Pet Sematary, so you're going to want to tune in for that as well. So...
yeah, Pet Sematary 1 and 2.
If you haven't already, go to longlivethevoid.com to check out any of our stuff there, especially our horror shots. And let us know what you think. If you got any ideas, we're always open to them. So thanks again for stopping by.
Thank you.
Listening to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. Tune in this Thursday for part 2